foundation, right? Good foundation, good building. So, good life, good relationships. If you have good relationship, then you have a good life. You can lead a good life. So, are we paying any importance for good relationships? So, let me come to the point, like when I said what should flow in the relationships. So, relationship is nothing but give and take of energy, right? Give and take of energy in the form of love, in the form of light, in the form of power. That is life. So when I say love, we normally say I need love or I love you, everything. Everyone wants to be loved or to love, okay? But I'm not talking about the physical love or anything. It's the true love of the soul. So we need that spiritual love. So when I say I need love or I want to love, I want to give love, can you see love? Can you measure love? But well, still, we all need, right? So love is something we can't, it's not a noun. It's a doing word. We can express that in our actions, right? So love is something to express. So when I just say love, what is love? If I say I love you all, then what that means? Feeling, yeah, it's a feeling, it's an energy. So love means it has many meanings, like if you are tolerating, then that means you love. Love has many other words. Tolerating is also loving. What do you tolerate? Whom do you tolerate? People whom you love. If you don't love, you would never tolerate. Accepting, forgiving, all these are other words. Sharing, caring, yes. Understanding, because in relationships, when I ask what breaks relationships or why are the cracks in relationships, people say misunderstanding. So you need understanding. So other meaning of love is understanding. So when we try to understand, when we try to tolerate, when we try to accept, when we try to forgive, then there is love in our life. So this is the meaning, like, do I accept everyone? We come across so many people in our relationship, but we are loving with people who love us. We are so sweet with them. It's not a big thing. But what about people, those people who are not able to get along with us? Do we really love them? Yeah, they are different, that's it. But we should not hate them either. So, in relationship, if you want to have a very good relationship, then we need to understand how to express our love. So the first thing in our relation, what I like is acceptance. For many years, I practiced this. Every morning, I used to give positive affirmations. I accept each and everyone as they are. Because I was living with all tough people in my life, and it was very difficult for me to get along with them. It was very difficult for me to accept them, but I started doing these affirmations. I need to accept. I accept everyone as they are. And nothing worked out overnight. It took time. After a few days, after a few weeks, after a few months, I saw so much of changes in me. They are still doing the same, but I'm not influenced by that. So this is the practice we need to do if we want to have a good relationship. You know, many people, mothers especially in India, wherever I give this talk, they complain, they come with a complaint, and they say, we do so much for the family. I do so much for the family, I'm so good, and I do whatever they need, I do, but there is no recognition. Nobody recognizes me. Why should I need to be so good? So this one should understand the rule in relationship. There is giving and taking, but we give more importance for the taking part, right? And not in the giving part. If we take too much and hold it without sharing, what happens? You say, I need oxygen, I take in, I breathe in, I do everything, and I don't want to breathe out. I want to hold it back. What happens?
Energy doesn't flow.
There's suffocation. So you need to give. Somewhere I read, givers sleep well, takers eat well. So what do you want to be? So we need to eat well and sleep well, both. So we need to give and we need to take. But giving is a little bit difficult when compared to taking. Taking is very easy, but for giving, you need to have, like you say, some people say, why should I give? In a relationship, you should never raise such question. Why should I give? You are not supposed to think like that. Because if you give, what happens? You will get back. Maybe I am complaining that I am not getting love, I am not being respected. No problem. You give love, you respect, and what happens? Maybe after a few days, after a few months, you will start getting. It reminds me of a story, a little monkey, It was very curious to create a garden. It went and it collected seeds of good flowers and everything, and then that monkey wanted to create a garden and it sowed the seeds and everything. And later on, after 1 week, after 10 days, the monkey says nothing has been growing there, nothing is coming out. So the little monkey goes to the mama monkey on one Sunday morning and says, Mama, I want to create a garden and I have selected all the seeds and I have been watering and doing everything, but nothing is coming out. So the mama was very busy, and so the mama monkey said, maybe you need to water more. Maybe the water is not enough, so you need to water more. Then the next week, following week again, the Sunday, the little monkey comes to the mama monkey and said, nothing is growing. I'm not able to create the garden. And then mama monkey said, maybe you have poured lot of water, excess water, and so the seeds might have rotten, and so you're not getting anything. And the little monkey said, no, I haven't done any excess, the seeds are not rotten. The seeds are okay, it's not rotten. Then the mama monkey asked, how do you know the seeds are not rotten? Then the monkey said, little monkey, daily I remove the seed, I see how the seed is, and again I speak. This is what we are doing. Today I love you, and immediately I say, see, I have done to her, I have done to him, I have given him, and they are not giving me back. Expectation. It needs time. The seed needs time to take the roots. And every day you are just expecting. Today you are respecting them and tomorrow you are expecting. See, the sister said, you have to give and I have given, but still he is not giving. But still she is not giving. You should not expect like that. In relationship, if you have that expectation today, please delete. No expectations in relationship. But people ask, how can that be possible? How can there be a relationship without any expectations? No? But it can happen. See, sometimes what happens, we expect people to be our way. That is, we want people to dance to our music, right? And the same vice versa. Are we ready to dance to their music? Are we ready to be the way they expect us to be? So, expectation is not good in relationship. When we expect too much, then, so if we expect or there is an expectation in relationship, then naturally there will be hurt also. Wherever there is expectation, there is a feeling of hurt. And so, no expectation. How can it be possible? How can it be possible? So, from today onwards, we just change the vocabulary. I do it because I like it. Some people, sometimes in relationships, I hear, I do it for you. I have done this for you. Only for the sake of you I have done this. But now I need to change. If really I want to experience that harmony in relationship, I want to be happy, I need to practice this. I need to practice this. So what shall we do? Whatever, today change. I respect you because I like it. I love you because I like it. I give you because I like it. Then is there any expectation? And when you give, wait, you will get it back. Maybe 10 days, maybe 1 week, maybe 1 month. Immediately you won't. But later on, definitely I can say, we will get it back. So in one of the offices in India, the officer was a very young man, dynamic person, and the people who were working there are very senior most people, and whatever this man would bring some innovative idea, creative idea, these elderly people, they never used to accept it. And they always used to reject, saying that, oh, this will not work, and this doesn't happen, this is not the right way, and everything. When I went there, that young officer, he said, sister, I have a big problem here, and whatever I say, these people are not accepting all this, and you say that you have to respect them without any expectations, do everything. And I can't follow. Give me some idea for this. I said, daily you respect them, not because they are your subordinates, for their age, not for their seniority, just for their physical age. You respect and see what happens. And I forgot. After a week, I got a phone call from that officer saying, sister, immediately he ran and he just said, to the point he came and he said, sister, it worked out. The plan you gave worked out. And I couldn't remember what plan, who is that person, and what worked out. And then he said, daily I used to go and meet people. I used to respect them. I used to go to their table. I respect them. I used to wish them. And 11th day, today is the 11th day, people come, they wish, they respect. Not only that, they are accepting what the ideas I give. So it will work. But it will take time. So when when they want to accept me, then I need to respect. I need to respect without any expectation. So without any expectation, if you start giving, then naturally they will accept. One more thing we forget in a relationship is our focus. Where is our focus? We are always finding fault. Our focus is always on the weaknesses, on the shortcomings. Then how can there be a harmonious relationship? Even when they go digging for gold, just to remove 1 ounce of gold, they have to remove tons and tons of dirt. If their focus is on the dirt, can they ever remove the gold? In the same way, our focus should be on the positivities. In our relationship, we forget to see the positive picture of the person. So now you just think, like in your relationship, you just think whether it may be husband, wife, parents, children, friend and friend relationship, boss and subordinate, or whoever it is, brothers and sisters, or whoever it is. You just think for a while. You just see the person like who's not able to get along with each other, and then who's creating a lot of problems, whom you are hating. You just sit in silence and see if that person has any good qualities, positive qualities, any specialities. In Paris, one lady said, I hate my husband. I hate my husband. I don't like my husband. Then I told, bring a paper, bring a pen. You said, you sit and you just think of your husband's specialities and you just note down 10 specialities. And she wrote all the 10 specialities and she says, my husband is a wonderful man. She told that I don't like my husband, I have a problem, and then she says, my husband is a wonderful person. How? No, that our focus should be on the positive side, positive picture. Yeah, there's weaknesses, there is all the deficiencies, everything there is in every person. But our focus, if I want to lead a happy life, harmonious life, then my focus should be on the positive picture. And is it possible? Is it possible? You need just practice. It's a matter of practice, practice and practice. When I start thinking of the positive picture of the person, then immediately, all the negative emerges. But still, if I try looking at the positive things, the better side, then I can. Because when you have the emotions, all the negative emotions, it creates blocks. So we should never have the negative emotions in the relationships. Okay? Otherwise, what happens? See, you all are here. You never forget to charge your phones, right? We give so much importance today for mobiles, laptops and everything. We never forget to charge. But do we charge ourselves? No time. Do we ever charge? Because our priority is first for work, second for family, and finally for the self. But for a harmonious relationship, we have to change the priority. First, the priority should be for the self, and then for the family, and then for the work. Then lot of tremendous changes you can feel and you can see in your relationships. So we need to be emotionally charged. If I'm emotionally charged, then nothing can influence me. I can overcome everything, all the defects, all the weaknesses. I can overcome because I'm emotionally charged. If I have a very good mood, or emotionally if I am charged and there is a problem, we all have problems, right? Problems differs from place to place and from person to person. Don't think that I don't have a problem. Everyone in this world, they have problems. So how to deal with the problem when it comes to relationship? What I do is, I just put the problem in a box. Okay, whatever problem arises, I just put it in a box and then I will ask a question. Is there any solution for this problem? So if the answer is yes, so there is a solution. So why should I worry? Is there anything to worry? Because I have a solution. Okay, if the answer is no, I don't have a solution. So you don't have a solution, so why should you worry? If we have a solution, well and good. And if you don't have a solution, why should you worry? Don't worry, there's nothing to worry. So sometimes what happens is, if your mood is good, big problem, it becomes small. And when we don't have a good mood, bad mood, then small problems becomes big. So everything depends on your mood. So in the family, you just need to select your speciality and use it in every relationship. If you don't use your specialities, then what happens? Sometimes you have to love me, you have to give me respect. If you give, I will also give. If you love, I will love. If you respect, I will also respect. So, relationship is not a business. Don't try to do business in the family. It should be whether you give or not, I am ready to give. It's only the mindset. Whether you love or not, I am going to love. I am going to give. I am going to respect. You just try. Try. If I have that mindset that I need to give, I need to respect, then everything will be easy. Then I was talking about the power, give and take of power. Sometimes our words, they give power to others. If I believe somebody, if I have trust in somebody, then automatically they get power. If somebody is struggling with something, and if I say, I know you can do it, then what happens? They get power because there's so much of faith. Faith gives them power. So only they say faith moves mountains. Have you ever heard of this? One old lady, she was in the church, and that day she was listening to that, and then it said faith can move mountains. So after everyone were gone, she went to the father, the priest, and she asked, you said faith can move mountains. I have a tree in front of my house. Can faith move the tree? Then the priest said, why not? It can move. And then the next Sunday, the lady came and said, you said faith can move mountains, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. The faith didn't move the tree in front of my house. I knew it, that it wouldn't happen. Did you get the point? I knew it, that this wouldn't happen. So in that way, sometimes we do some things, but what about our belief system? We never believe. And then we say, I knew it before, that this is not going to work. So what about your faith? So they say faith can make everything possible. Love can make everything easy. So you need that love and that power. When you have that power in relationships, then everything is so easy. Because for a good harmonious relationship, you need to know 3 S. One is you need to be secure. The second one is you need shelter. The third one is you need a sense of belongingness. If these 3 S are lacking, then you cannot experience a harmonious relationship. So for that belief and faith or the trust, everything is very, very important. Suppose we don't have trust. Always we are doubting. Then what happens? There is a block and it doesn't improve the relationship. So that doubting or the negative will block your relationships, block the flow of this love and light. It won't give the power. And so sometimes, people, they don't just see the intention. Without intention, they start attacking. They start attacking people. Like if wife or husband, whoever it is, if wife is coming late every day or husband is coming late every day, and we start doubting. I don't know why that he's coming late or she's coming late. I think he or she, they're doing this, that, and everything. But actually, you can speak to them, speak to each other, and then you can solve the problem. But we attack people. So if you want a harmonious relationship, no attackings. You are doing this. It's because of you, the family is like that. It's because you are working, and because of you, children are like that. Sometimes we threaten people, sometimes we attack people, sometimes we blame people, sometimes we complain people. All these negative things we need to delete. Is it easy? Easy? Can you delete? Always we are complaining. Otherwise, always it's because of him, because of her. It's because of me. I can also change. It's because of me. How much courage will it take to change? You need courage to change, right? How much courage you need? This much? This much? One step, one thought. If you think I have to do, is there any difference between I have to do and I want to do? I have to do and I want to do. If there is I want to do, it's so easy. But if it is I have to do, then you are pushing yourself. Then there are more complications. You make your life more complicated. So always you should have the desire, I want to do. So when we have that kind of thought, I want to do, then everything will become easier, and we can enjoy the life. Otherwise, everyone today they say problems. Life means problems, complications. Everyone is blaming each other, and all the negative energy we are spreading everywhere. Every day, there's the secret science in relationship. Before speaking also, whatever thought we create, that reaches the person. And we are thinking he is always like that, she is always like that. And finally we are speaking very sweet words and very nicely we are speaking. But the thought has already reached them. So my policy is always think what you want. So what do you want? Many people come for counseling and I'll just ask, they're just blah 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 blah, they're going on speaking, and I don't have time to listen to all their histories also, all their stories also. I'll just ask what you need. Tell me what you need. So I want that person to be like that, I want that person to be like this. Okay, you just think. Do you need to spend any money for that? You just think. What do you need to think? Create a thought. Visualize. Believe in that. Then see the changes. Some people, they think, they create a thought, but they don't believe. Then that wouldn't work. Their own conscience will laugh at them. Okay, you are going to be like that. That is not going to work. But we need to believe, create, because there are two worlds. There is outer world, external world, and at the same time, there is inner world or the internal world. And we see in the external world, outer world, whatever is going on, we know that. But actually the rule is whatever is happening in the inner world is reflected in the outer world. So it's very difficult to change the outer world, but it's easy to change the inner world, right? So when we bring that change in our inner world, that I want to live in this way, I want my relationship harmonious, all these things, I want to love, I want to respect, everything. If you bring that change in your inner world, and that happens in the outer world. So you need to create your life. Whatever you need, you can. So what are you going to do now? to lead a harmonious relationship?
We have to change.
So you create a scene like children are listening to you, okay? Or the parents are doing like this. You can. Even they say, even the baby in the womb will receive your vibrations. The mother should be very, very careful. Very, very careful. If they start rejecting the child in the womb, maybe it's very subtle. If they start rejecting, then never in the life they will accept you. They'll be creating problems. Always they will be creating problems. So when the child enters the soul enters the womb, you have to invite the child. Do we know? We are just living. There's no manual. We don't know how to live. Many mothers, they just reject. They don't speak to the baby. They never speak to the baby. Actually, what you need to do when the baby enters the womb, then you need to speak to the baby. So welcome, invite the baby, and then you have to introduce the baby to all the people who are living with you. See, you are coming here, you are going to take birth, and then you are going to meet these people. See, it's your father, his uncle, brother, whatever it is. You speak to your baby. I am there to take care of you. Nothing to worry about. How many mothers do that? But still they are living. They are giving birth, and later on, when the children are teenagers, complain. They don't listen. But what kind of sustenance we give to them? How do we bring them up? Okay, this is the way to live. Speak to them. Have a heart-to-heart conversation. Not only with the baby in the womb. Anybody in the womb who is not able to get along, you just see them as your friend, or you see the person that he or she, they are able to get along with you. Now, if you do that, then everything will definitely work out. I have done it. Everything has changed. Maybe they don't change. Sometimes it happens like this also. Maybe they don't change. Then they cannot get along with along with us, but they won't become an obstacle for us. That is guaranteed. So everything is in our hands. If we want, we can make it happen. If we don't want, then you just keep on complaining, you just keep on blaming, and you can be like that. So now from today,